game time!
Yeah! Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Digital Game Time. I'm Leo, along with
Rick.
And Francisco couldn't be here
Still not
today
here.
again.
Where are you at, fool?
He's still in the land of the Magic Kingdom. That's right. He will be joining us again next weekend, or next week. At your regularly scheduled time here on Digital Game Time, your friendly show about gaming, movies, and pop culture, all from a family perspective. What's going?
It's no longer a daddy's perspective.
Family perspective, family-friendly perspective. So if you have the
Family-friendly.
kids, you can sit them down on the couch, have
Put 'em
them
in front of the
watch
fireplace.
along with you. Yeah, it's
Bowl of popcorn.
it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be really, really good. And we have a great show in the store for you today.
What's up, Amanda?
A good mix. What's up, Amanda? A good mix of video games, TV shows,
Mix.
and
Sorry, I'm no DJ.
movies.
All
little
from a
bit of-
family perspective.
It's gonna be really good. But first, Rick, what's going on, man? What you been up to this week? Any news from the Rick world?
Any news from the work? It's been hot again, dude. What the heck? All this weather. I mean, we really cannot complain in regards to what has happened in other places of the country. You know, my condolences to them and their families. But
Yes.
for us, it's like, what is up with this weather, dude?
Yeah, man. It's well, October's kind of a crazy transition month for us, but there's always
in
that
fall.
one like
It's like lingering.
that 1 5-day period where the weather is like summer, and then it changes its mind and goes like, no, I'm gonna be winter now.
It's like it's undecisive. It's like, do I want to be cold? Do I want to be hot? I'll just stick around a
Yeah,
little bit
I'm
longer.
gonna wear my high heels today.
Other than that, not much really. Just same old. All
Cool.
the family stuff.
Nice.
The eat, sleep, play, work kind of routine.
All right.
Yeah.
This week, we were watching this series on Netflix titled American Vandal. Starts off strong,
Mm-hmm.
really, really funny,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just fades.
Oh,
That's all I got to say about that.
how many seasons? Is it just one season?
It's one season. It's a new series.
Okay.
Very crude, not a family-friendly one, but
Watch out.
if you like crude high school humor, there's some characters in there that are awesome.
All right.
Yeah, but other than for strong characters, it really fades, man, and it disappoints at the end.
You have a backlog when it comes to video games. I have a backlog when it comes to like movies and series and shows, because there's so many out there that people are like, watch this, watch that, and I want to.
Yeah,
But it's like it's on my to-do list, and then it branches off into a me myself or with
Yeah.
my wife kind of list. So I'm stuck.
I am blessed. I feel like for the most part, as far as television and film, my wife and I have similar tastes. So a lot of these shows, even some of the crude ones, some of the action films, we enjoy them. I like a good romantic comedy every once in a while.
It's your fault for being out in Florida.
But
It's a comment. Florida is heck.
so yeah, we watched these, and then we saw What Happened to Monday, another Netflix, but this one's
Movie.
a movie though,
I saw it.
and really good. I was shocked.
It was
at
entertaining.
How good it
but,
was.
But I don't know, something about it, like it felt incomplete. Like it needed something else in there.
Yeah, I kind of got the same feeling, but at the same time, I had no expectations for this film. I thought it was just gonna be like, let's just watch it, sci-fi, whatever. You know, I thought it was gonna be like a low budget, you know, like whatever. And it turned out to have some really good action, real great acting. This
What happened to Pokemon?
actress,
That's what I want.
yeah, the actress is great. Pokemon Days, they might come back soon.
For sure, at least next month when the next legendary gets rolled out. Well, for sure we'll have another Pokemon Day then.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. I don't know how repetitively we can go out
Yeah,
there
and you know,
hunt.
I've been playing a lot of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
I noticed.
know,
I
that-
know.
The game's got me addicted, man.
It's
that game
your
is
it's
awesome.
your crack.
It's my crack right now. Also, Cuphead
Family
came
friendly.
out this week, and
Last week, two weeks ago.
or 2 weeks ago, yes. And I played it for the first time this week, and thumbs up. It's a good game. Really,
we'll have a
good
little
game.
quick clip on that.
Yeah, so
in a little bit.
more on it as the show goes on. It's on the playlist. I want to say I had something else to talk about, but
It'll come as the playlist goes.
fog brain.
Train of thought.
All right,
Let's get this show on the road.
Get the show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. What are we watching on the screen behind us, Rick?
Oh man, can we put audio? Can we put audio on it?
Yeah, we can add some audio to
I
it.
actually have not seen this over there. You got it right there.
I got it. Bam.
There we go.
Just a little bit.
I
Just a little
actually
bit.
have not seen this this trailer yet. I think it was released hours ago, if I'm not mistaken. Or am I wrong? No, like 2 days ago.
Yes.
We all saw. I mean, on the show at least, we saw season 1, and I think
Yes.
unanimously we voted that it was an awesome show. It had a lot of good throwbacks to the 80s, the music, the style, the tech, the way of thinking, the way of just how life was. I mean, to us, we were little kids, but what
yeah,
we
I have
remember.
to say this show. We're watching the new trailer for Stranger Things. This show nails it, man.
It's definitely got the 80s vibe to
Yes.
it. Now, on top of that, they didn't do the traditional like the boogeyman, the Dracula, the mummy that we're used to from the 80s. This is like a whole new level of like, what the heck?
Right,
Kind of
right.
Scariness, alternate dimension, with things that normally you hear about
I guess
nowadays,
you could
but
say it's-
in the 80s theme.
It's new retro.
New retro, yeah.
New retro.
Yeah.
Because it's a new thing, but in a retro setting. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even want to see the trailer. I just kind of want to look away, but I can't resist. It's my first time watching it also.
It's a train
And,
wreck.
Yeah, I feel like it's already telling me too much.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't want to know anything.
Well,
I
I
already
like
know that this is going to be a series I'm going to watch from the beginning to the end. And I'm stoked about it, man. It's almost
I
here.
am.
It's going to come out the Friday before Halloween.
So next week, actually,
Next
right?
week, yes. And man, it's magic. It's magic.
It looks amazing to me, just from what I can tell. Speaking of, and we talked about it, I think it was last week, the Stranger Things video game. Have you played it?
No, I haven't played it. Actually, I've been wanting to. Is it any
kinda-
good?
I'm kind of. I don't know. I'm on the wall about the game
Oh yeah.
because it's got the Stranger Things theme to it. It's nothing to really go along with the series. It's not like you're playing, episode
Oh,
by
look,
episode.
a bat like Lucille.
But October 27th, nice. It's kind of fun as it's an 8-bit kind of style. It reminds me a lot of what's that one game? I can't even think.
It's
Kinda
Earthbound.
Kind of like a Metal Gear-ish kind of vibe where you go from screen to screen. Part 1, the original, like not a Link to the Past. The original Adventures of Link.
I've
The
been
first
I've
NES
been
one?
listening to a lot of people say it's a lot like Earthbound or Mother.
No, I'm talking about just like the scrolling, because you just go from
okay.
left to
The
right, up to down, one screen at a
the
time.
visual mechanic of
It's the
transitioning.
8-bit, but I don't know. Like, it's got its puzzles where you got to go press a button and it unlocks a door. You go to that door, you kill some enemies, and it looks like you alternate. Like you can do 2 players at a time.
Sorry for interrupting. Let me see. Pratik Maskey wants to ask, from where? Where are we from? From the central coast of California, USA.
Chewbacca breath.
USA, my favorite country.
It's my favorite country too, Leo.
Yeah.
It should be yours too. Country high five.
Country high five.
But
Thanks for tuning in. Feel free, if you're watching this, I want you to do right now, think of a question, ask us something, and
aside
we'll
from
be...
your current question.
It doesn't have to be about the topic that we're talking about right now. If you want to, that'd be fine. If not,
We like to basically discuss anything in general dealing with pop culture, movies, tech, video games. So pretty much anything that goes
Whatever.
on in
we're down to interact
in our cultural life nowadays. We're down to chat.
I'm sorry. Continue. Rick.
No, that's it. Basically, I mean, it's worth a shot. Give it a try.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna continue playing it, but I don't hate it. It's not a bad game.
One of the biggest charms that I'm getting from this series is its soundtrack, dude. I dig that retro 80s synthwave.
Well, you heard
I
the little
love
trailer.
that, man.
I love that little
like if you guys kind of like that, there's tons of videos on YouTube with nothing but synthwave, like hours and hours of synthwave.
You know,
there's times where I'm like working on designs, where I'm doing housework or doing whatever. I go on YouTube, I put on synthwave, some sort of synthwave playlist, and they have dating back years of compositions of synthwave.
Not only that,
it's great.
There's a lot of fresh material where it's just kind of instrumental, where people just kind of came up with it and upload it to YouTube. I've been doing that a lot too. Like I've been like, if I'm paying my bills online or going through my mail or whatever, just something that's going to take me a while. Like I'll put on my headphones and I'll just, 80s music or whatever, just get a playlist going.
Yeah.
And I love that synthetic,
it's awesome.
Just that vibe I get from it. It totally reminds me of all
Even
that.
if you're not doing it for nostalgic purposes, I think it's still really good music that gives off a really cool vibe.
To be honest, I mean, a lot of people might criticize me for saying this, but a lot of the music that we have nowadays stole from that genre.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you got the beats,
we all grow up. We're all in the
synthesizers.
industry now. A lot of us 80s kids, we're the ones kind of running a big part of what's trending right now. And I think that's probably part of the reason.
Well, not only us as grown-ups, newer generations that are coming up with even different genres of music, rap and other styles unrelated, are now borrowing from these themes as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of amazing. I mean, I'm not trying to toot our generation's horn, but I mean, it definitely
feel free, Rick. Feel free.
Laid a foundation for people to kind of say like, hey, what is this?
Yeah.
Moving along, what do we got next?
Question from AJ Bishop. Hey, where's Francisco? Well, we already explained at the beginning of the show, but I'm going to answer it once again by saying he's probably either right next to you or in the room next to you.
Turn around.
Turn around.
It'd
What
be
is
funny
going
if both of them are
on?
actually like
New
on
Marvel
their phone or
Studios
tablets just reading
film.
it.
I'm going to turn up the volume on this. I
have not seen
it.
this either. New Black Panther trailer. This one I believe was released not that long, like 3 or 4 hours ago. So this is really new stuff. Fresh content.
Fresh. Certified fresh.
Never seen anything like this.
So this is like a live react.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're going with the hip-hop music.
See, what we're just talking about, 80s synth music right there.
Yep.
Burn.
It's like a good mix of hip-hop with synth, I guess.
Yep.
To decide what kind of king you are going to be.
And the dab.
What? There was more than one costume?
So Lauryn Hill's in this movie.
Was that her?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, really? Is that her?
No, it's Michonne.
No.
That was Michonne.
I got to see another little picture or clip of her.
Now, I know they're trying to kind of appeal to the urban crowd because, I mean, let's address the elephant in the room. This is an African-American character, and they're trying to appeal to that demographic. But at what point is it like considered like okay, I get it, you know?
Oh, that was pretty nice.
Don't get me wrong, I love hip hop. It's my favorite genre. And we need more hip hop in films, I think.
This looks pretty sweet.
See,
Oh, that was
Michonne.
Michonne. That was.
See? Told ya.
So when she's not killing zombies, she's over here battling in Wakanda. Huh?
Yeah. Wakanda. It looks dope, man.
It does.
I'm not digging the villain though. He looks too much like him. like Black Panther. It's
I-
too much of the
I'll-
same.
I'll be honest.
I think villains should look like the opposite of what the heroes are.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't know too much history of the Black Panther. The main things that I do know is that country that they live in, they have this vibranium. This is the stuff that everyone's kind of. Basically, their tech is much more evolved than everybody else. This is why it looks so amazing in comparison to everybody else, right? So because they're so secluded, I get why the bad guy looks like the good guy, because
Right.
it's all their tech. It's all the same thing. So essentially, it's kind of like suit 1, suit 2, suit 3. Not like Iron Man, like Mark 1, Mark 2, where it's a different upgraded version, where it's just like a
limited number.
like a what do you call it? Like a infantry. Like this is standard
Yeah,
issue.
yeah.
Here you go.
Okay,
Your suit.
okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm just saying,
To me,
you
that's
know,
what I would think.
this is a comic based universe, and
MCU.
just
I want
based
that.
on that, and as a film enthusiast, I would say I kind of always want my villains to look sort of different from the hero. But I mean, I get it. It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's cool.
It's all right. It definitely looks like it's going to be an awesome movie.
Yeah.
February, I believe is what it
Do you
said.
think though that there might be issues with typecasting and stereotypes? I mean,
Not
we already
really,
have the
because-
hip hop stereotype, associated with this. I don't think I've ever seen please correct me if I'm wrong. Leave me a message down in the comments. I really like to know. I'm not just saying this to cause controversy, but is this just stereotyping?
I would think.
I don't think I've seen this hip hop used in other Marvel trailers.
No, because yeah, it is obviously influenced from that culture, that aspect. But I would think if they were to use nothing but like famous hip hop stars, rappers as the actors, then I would say it's kind of like you're going overboard. You're getting a little bit too much into it. They're just kind of using the Africa as the theme, and then kind of putting in little bits of African American culture into it.
Right.
So I don't think it's to that degree yet. Who knows? Maybe with the next trailer, if there's gonna be another one, or when the movie comes out, maybe it might be a little bit different. But just from what I saw there, I don't think so. To me, it doesn't look like it's racist in any kind of way or negative.
Right.
Like
Well,
a negative
I didn't say it
influence.
was racist. Or at least that's not what I meant to say. I guess just what I was saying is it's a stereotype. Most stereotypes, I'd say, like half of the time they're considered racist, but half of the time it's just something comical.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's just something.
Well, because I mean, you got to think of it too, like, as opposed
this makes me
to
think
what?
about that.
Like what else kind of music would you want to put or hear to get kind of hyped?
Well, he is African, so I'd like to hear those African drums as opposed to hip hop
So
music.
I would imagine that the music probably will have at some point,
Like
maybe right now during the
have,
trailer.
Personally, if it were my choice, I would like the sound, because it's just the trailer music. It's not necessarily the final cuts music. But personally, I would like to see like traditional African drums mixed with maybe something futuristic, synth, maybe a little bit of
Well, I'm pretty sure we might
EDM,
actually get that. I'm
but,
sure we'll get that in the actual movie.
But this had hip hop mixed with EDM.
Yeah.
So I mean, who knows? Just it's just a thought.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
We'll get it. We'll get something. We'll get something more out of it.
Moving on here. Yeah.
So you're talking about Cuphead.
2 weeks ago, Cuphead came out, and already, Rick, it was announced. I think it was today or yesterday that this company that made Cuphead, they went ahead and they already sold 1 million copies through the first 2 weeks. Which, you know what? Bravo.
Yeah, no,
bravo.
definitely.
It's a great game. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's absolutely Rick, easily the prettiest 2D game I've ever played in my life.
Yeah.
It's 100% hand-drawn animation.
It's got that classic look to it.
Got that classic 1930s cartoon Tom and Jerry style. And you know what? If I'm Disney, I'm looking at
Don't
Cuphead.
deal with the devil.
If I'm Disney, I'm looking at Cuphead, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna buy this studio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I want I want Cuphead
piece of that action
to be
huh?
successful, but I also would love these guys. I mean, they've shown they've got the talent. I would love to see a Mickey Mouse video game make a return in this style, and I think those guys can do it, man.
It'd be
It's
hard
like a
Mickey Mouse game to play.
It's like a pipe dream, you know, but
So
if somebody out there is listening, I would love to see Disney come together with this studio, MDHQ, is it?
MR,
Is that what it says?
It was at the
MDHR?
beginning. MR something.
MDHR. It's at the bottom there. I would love to see it. I would love to see them team up with Disney and make something happen. Let me know what you think out there.
I don't know. I
on
think
the
it would be
internet.
more of a conflict of interest for them because they would say something. I don't know. Maybe it'll work in their favor because they'll say it looks too much like our old school Mickey Mouse, our early animation.
They could say that, but all animation looks similar back in those days.
Not
All
really.
animation.
I mean, there was-
You look
there
at
was-
the Tom and Jerry's. You look at the
There was a bit of difference in between each.
like those old 1930s cartoons. They all
Yeah.
had a similar aesthetic.
Well, I mean, you're limited to the tech that they had at the time, where they
Plus,
could only
you
make certain
also gotta
things
gotta
happen.
take into account a lot of the artists were the same artists that work on
That's
the
probably
different
true.
projects.
That's
Because
probably true.
the industry wasn't as big and diverse back then as it is nowadays. But
Had a small pool to.
but yeah,
to
I mean,
pull from.
not too much new news. It's a
So-
great game. I'm really enjoying it. I love the difficulty of it.
So,
It's
speaking of
it's
the
back-
game-
it harkens back to the old Nintendo and Super Nintendo days.
I may be wrong. I may have misunderstood, or I'm thinking of someone else. But I heard or read somewhere that this studio, the creators, had to do like a second mortgage. Like basically, they were like really putting a lot of money into
Snap.
this.
Yeah,
So they were like really like on the line of basically like they're gonna make it or break it
Mhm.
with this game. And like you said,
right. And that's
hats
it.
off to them.
Yeah.
I mean, with that many copies sold in a week, 2 weeks, I mean that's amazing. I don't know if that's some kind of record. I remember hearing about what was it, Super Meat Boy, something like that. That they had
Right.
a similar outcome like that too.
Oh yeah,
Where the creators, I think it was like two guys that created
Uh-huh.
it. They uploaded it, thinking like, we're hoping for the best. And within like hours, they were just seeing that their sales were like just bam, bam,
ching
bam.
ching 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 ching.
And so they made
Yeah.
it. So my hat's off to people like that. That
So anybody
really,
who believes in their talent enough to like
They
risk
sink-
it all,
they
you know,
sink
and
all
follow their
time
dreams.
and money into it.
But
with the
don't
hopes.
do that if you're not the type that works hard and have refined your talent. It takes a long time to get to that level, and believe in yourself.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be I mean, it's a different skill per person.
Right, exactly.
I mean, artist-wise, composer-wise, story-wise, I mean, there's different elements to everything. I mean, for me, just that goal that they achieved to go from 0 to where they're at now,
yeah,
how many hurdles and obstacles that they have to go through, and maybe at some point say, you know what, we got to stop. We're
Right,
just spending
right.
too much time, too much money, and for that bit of inspiration, we got to keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that's what makes me happy, that person or that group said, no, don't
Yeah.
give up.
Yeah,
Keep
totally.
going. And I mean, look at the outcome. I mean,
Mhm.
who wouldn't want to have that kind of success under their belt to
Yeah.
say like, we pushed through tough times and all on our own. This wasn't a major studios. They didn't have Microsoft behind them. They didn't have Disney behind
Right.
them. It was just all them.
Yeah,
And if they failed, they would fail.
it was
hard.
on them.
So my hat's off to
But
them.
you know what? They kept that dream
Congratulations.
going, and
Yep.
man, you guys, I love stories like this, success stories. 2 million and counting.
Yeah.
Only first 2 weeks. It's only gonna keep growing. I'm loving that, man. I love that. I love that. I love that. All right.
What do we got
Halloween's
next?
coming up. Spooky Ookie is right around the corner.
Spooky Ookie. Wasn't that a
Um,
character from Nightmare Before Christmas?
I don't know. I just kind of made.
Spooky,
I thought I was making up a new word.
Boogie, no, he's Boogie. Never mind.
But the Evil Within sequel is about to release.
I think it's out already, isn't it?
Or is it out?
I believe it's out, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Unless I'm confusing gameplay with like early releases, but I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
some gameplay of it.
Well,
and it looks amazing.
Either way, this game, it looks good, man. I still haven't played through the first one, so I haven't. I'm not gonna commit and say like, oh, I'm gonna play this right away. No, I want to play through the first one first, but it definitely looks very creative.
Yep.
These games give me more of a Silent Hill vibe that even the Silent Hill games give me nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they're really creative with their character models, and also it almost has this Hideo Kojima weirdness to it, where things just seem like totally weird, like out of the box thinking for a horror game.
I definitely want to
Or
play
survival
this game.
horror, I should say.
I definitely want to play this game, but like you said too, I haven't gone through for the first one, so I gotta. Oh yeah, see, it was out
Friday
this
the
Friday.
13th.
This Friday was
Yep.
it came out already. Yeah, I gotta get through part 1 first.
Yeah.
I mean, it might have a completely different story, different game mechanic to it, but I'm
Yeah.
kind of a completionist like that.
Mhm.
Like I gotta get through the series before I get to the next one. So
Julia's watching us. What's up, Julia?
hopefully soon I'll get through it.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. And we got the PUBG Invitational coming up. The PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds at Oracle Arena in Oakland. It's coming up Saturday, November
18th.
the 17th or
18th.
18th.
18th and 19th, I believe.
And yours truly are going to be you're competing in this, hopefully.
We're gonna try
If we want to go.
if we want to go. This is actually something me and Lil been talking about. Like this is something that we wouldn't actually mind pursuing.
Right.
We're not the greatest.
We're not there yet.
We're
We're not
You've
quite
probably
there
seen
yet.
some of the clips that Leo has uploaded of us playing. We're not that great, but we're okay. We're okay.
We can get into the top 10 if we really
Half
try.
the time,
if we
we're
really
messing
try.
around. We're just kind of goofing around.
Most of the time we
but-
screw around and then we get killed.
killed.
But if we survive that first wave, then we're pretty good. We're pretty sure we can make it to the top 10 most of the time.
I'm very good with the sneaky.
Sneaky. So yeah, man. I mean,
This would actually be pretty
I'm-
fun. I think even if we don't go to compete, I think it would just be nice
just to attend the
to get
event.
one of these types of, because we've done cosplay conventions.
Right.
This is a different type of convention. I
Yes.
think it'll be nice to get this kind of under our belt, just to say that we've attended and know what it's like to be there,
Right.
even if we're not there to compete. So we might even just go for that, just to hang out. And if you guys see us there, hey, you know,
Yeah,
we'll,
man.
we'll
Oakland's
definitely challenge you.
Gonna be holding
Or
it
you
down
challenge
at that
us.
Oracle Arena, and this looks like something I really I'm excited for. I don't know why I'm so excited for it. I mean, I really like the video game.
Mm-hmm.
And in addition to that, one of the things I've always wanted to do is, or you know, since the creation of eSports, I wanted to attend one of these events. They look really intense.
Yeah.
I always figured it would probably be one of these Street Fighter or, you know, fighting events that there's so many of, just because, you know, that's sort of what we grew up with,
Right.
all the fighting, you know, the fighting game craze.
Right.
But now it's like PUBG. It's one of those games that I actually really got into, and it seems to be a hot topic for everybody. 2 million plus concurrent users,
It's the game to play now.
and it just
Competitive.
seems to be growing. It's growing in streaming services. It's growing in competition services. So I think it's gonna be lit. I think it's gonna be lit.
I love watching YouTube clips of people like failing epically or doing like trick shots and flying over out of the car, landing on top of someone just like by accident. Just all these funny random stuff. I love watching these clips of this game.
Right.
It's just amazing. But yeah, this is just, it's a revolutionary type of game, because this isn't the first battle royale type. There was H1Z1, I believe, before this, King of the Kill.
Right.
So
Well,
it's not
this
the
game
first of its
is
type.
based off of modes in other video games, like the H1Z1.
Right.
And also, there's another couple of games that they got inspiration from, and especially Battle Royale, the film. And
Well, that's the genre in general.
well, yeah, but this guy, PlayerUnknown, he's a modder. He was known as for being a modder.
Mm-hmm.
He was just trying to mod the game, and he got talented enough and worked with actual studios eventually to where he decided, I'm just gonna make a game I like myself, and he made PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and it actually caught on like fire. Apparently, everybody else loved it too.
It's simple. It's a quick matchmaking system. I mean, 2 million people. It's quick to get into the next game. You die, you
Melinda
load the
Stewart's
next one.
watching us.
And it's just
Melinda.
a fun game to play. It's incomplete.
Right. It's not finished yet.
It's still an early access.
Still kind of
game.
janky at times.
It is, but even as
for the most part, though,
it's. I mean, I'd say it's practically like 80 to 90% glitch free.
I think though that it's glitch free for us, and I'm gonna get to your question, Melinda. I think for us it's about 80 to 90% glitch free because we're running newer rigs, computer rigs. Whereas I'd say probably 80% of the people out there.
You're running a me rig.
No, not rigs. Rig.
Rig.
80% of the other people are probably still on older hardware.
Could be.
I mean, I don't know, but apparently this is one of those very graphic intensive games.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it's kind of simple. It doesn't look like it's
graphically doesn't look like it's all there, but I think what a lot of people have been having problems with is just all the behind the scenes calculations that the game has to perform. All right, well, Melinda, thank you very much for watching us. I really appreciate it. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since you've been here. Don't think I didn't notice. But she says, "Aw, I just saw you guys are live. Wonder what I missed. LOL."
So that's how you voice that?
Yes,
emoji?
That's how I voice it. Please comment below if I nailed it in the head, That's what that emoji is every time I see it.
That's a good
please let me know.
Audio
drop a comment.
Stimulant to that.
But yeah, remember, whatever you missed from this point back, we will have the replay on our YouTube channel in all of its beautiful 1080p glory. And you can just check it out. Check out what you missed. Daddy'sGameTime.com. I mean, digital.
Oh!
No, not even. I totally missed everything up.
Oh! Huh? I already messed it up. That wasn't even the sound you made.
Oh, man. No, youtube.com/digitalgametime. Or just type in keyword digital game time.
There you go.
And you can find our channel. Click on the videos and click on the latest one. That'll be this one. But we still have one more thing left on the menu.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We do.
Yeah. So let's get to it, man. This Tuesday, tomorrow, we are getting South Park: The Fractured
But
Whole.
Yeah.
See, we kind of worked our way around it so it doesn't sound so bad. But yeah, this game, I'm excited for it, man. It's not going to be a day one purchase. I still got to finish the
Still got to get to the first one, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm so excited for it. It has all the South Park humor in it. It's getting a lot of the early reviews are out already. It's getting a lot of 8s and 9s, and I'll be honest with you. I love the South Park humor. It's definitely not politically correct.
I'll admit
definitely
that there's
crude.
They
go overboard on a lot of topics. You know me. I don't like humor where they poke fun of people's faith, I guess, but these guys do, and I still, I still kind of like put that off to the side and think like, a lot
of the time.
If you're gonna watch South Park, you better have thick skin and expect to be at some point offended by something that they have.
I don't think I've seen anything past like season 7 or 8. It's been a very long time since I've seen.
Not too long ago, I bought the Stick of Truth on PC, even though I already had it for PS3, and I regret it. You want to know why?
Why?
Look on the screen.
Oh, free with purchase.
Free with purchase on PC,
Nice.
PlayStation 4, or Xbox One. So, should have waited.
Nice.
If I would have known.
Well, that's kind of cool because it'll at least, for those people that aren't sure about it, you're getting a 2-for-1 deal. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that definitely does sweeten the deal there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do want to say one thing, though. We've had them make fun of like the whole fantasy genre, like the Lord of the Rings style genre.
That was an epic.
This game is poking fun at the whole saturated superhero genre films and all such. The last game, well, maybe not last, but the next game, I really hope somebody out there on internet land can bring this to the ears of Matt Stone and Trey Parker or whoever's in charge of these video games. They should make fun of the video game world.
They
like
kind of already did, to be honest.
Well,
not in game.
It's not fully in depth, but I mean, like, go all in. Like, they've gone with these two genres: fantasy, then superheroes. Now, next thing, go all in with having these like direct jabs at the video game culture and video game world and characters.
You remember that a few years ago they did a World of Warcraft type of like a mini series. I think it was like 3 or 4 episodes long.
Right.
So they essentially kind of did that, but not in a video game format. It was an actual cartoon.
Yeah. It was more of a fantasy style.
But that I mean, actually,
they had like warriors and orcs.
That kind of comes out to the stick of truth, because that's what it is. They're doing the D&D, the Dungeons and Dragons,
right,
fantasy kind of role play kind of thing.
Well, to be a little bit more specific, I was thinking like the whole console wars. I would love to see their take on the console wars. You know, you got the Plumber Man,
Pokemon.
You got the Sanic on the other side. And, you know, I would love to see what their take would look like on a video game like this with their humor of something like the console wars. I mean, I know they've already done the Pokemon on the show. It's part of the video games. But I would love to see that play out in a full video game where that's
it could potentially happen, because remember, as far as their animation goes, there's been, I think, a couple of times where, you know, they've already got their storyline. They've already got their episodes, their storyline already, you know, mapped out of what they're going to do. Remember when a few years back, the Cuban immigrant, that kid.
Oh, Elian Gonzalez.
Remember how they changed the ending to their episode just to meet the current events of what was going on? I mean, they have that ability to wiggle things around and move things to their liking to make something like that. But video game wise, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're talking about how long did it take between Stick of Truth and this game?
I think it's been almost 2 years, maybe 3,
wasn't it? Hasn't
2 or 3 years, right?
Well, I mean,
I could be wrong.
I would imagine that there's a lot more planning. Plus, because it's isn't it an EA game?
No, Ubisoft.
Yes, sorry, not EA. I mean, it's no longer them. It's also them plus Ubisoft that would have to agree.
Well, yeah, they have to agree to this. And also, Ubisoft would kind of have to be on their toes regarding how far they push it, because you better believe it, if they do Plumber Man and they're
gonna get some whiplash on some.
Yeah, believe me, if they do Plumber Man and Gorilla Man and with some princesses in there, and you have green hooded guy with a triangle force and you know, and you have Sanic on the other side and all their characters, and then you have
they're gonna get some
Master Chef on one side. Also, you better believe they better have their lawyers ready. They better lawyer up. Yeah. They better lawyer up before releasing that game. Yeah. But they're managing to kind of pull this off with the Lord of the Rings and also with the superheroes. So, hey, they already, in a way, you can think of it this way. They already took on Fox. They already took on Disney. I'm pretty sure
they could do it if they wanted.
They could do it if they wanted. They wanted to really do it, and I think that would be great. That's just like a little fan service for me. I think a lot of people might also like it.
Just for Leo. Just do it for Leo.
Yeah. I rambled on a little bit too long about this, Rick. It was a little bit too much.
No problem. No problem. I'll allow it.
You know what time it is? Talking about
Skid o'clock.
A little bit of raunchy humor. Bam! Ah! It's time for Leo's Furious 5.
You all thought we weren't going to have one, did you?
Oh, well, here it is. We got Leo's Furious 5 brought to you by DGT live on Monday nights.
All right. Just keep swimming.
Like, comment, and subscribe. All right. This is kind of a weak sauce one. I did it at last minute because of what we were talking about. I have to apologize in advance.
Sriracha sauce.
I didn't bring it today, I think. But maybe we can make something out of it.
We'll salvage it.
Leo's Furious 5.
I like how you write in your passport.
Yeah. I don't use it for other things. Hit me up, Japan. Furious 5, grossest things in the video games.
All right.
Grossest things.
All right.
You know South Park.
All right.
They got some gross stuff and raunchy stuff in their video games.
Definitely.
Well, number 5. The Silent Hill. Remember Silent Hill for PlayStation?
Mm-hmm.
Those contortionist nurses that they had in there.
Yeah,
Those dead, like zombie-like contorted nurses. That was pretty gross, I think.
All right.
It was really gross. As
Creepy.
well as some of the other characters in there as well. That
I
were
would just throw. I
really
would ball all of.
Yeah, yeah.
all
I
of
mean
them in there.
that's the first thing that comes to mind. I think it's the most iconic. Like Silent Hill was known for their contorted nurses, but there's grosser things in the video game as well. Things that they obviously chose not to put on the promotional materials because it's probably over the edge.
A little too
But
gory and stuff.
but yes, that Silent Hill, one of the grossest.
Yeah.
At number 4, the newly released Friday the 13th. Have you seen some of those kills, man? Oh, man, that's so gross.
It's like Mortal
Blood,
Kombat, but in
Guts,
survivor mode.
kills everywhere. Oh, my gosh. It's just so gory.
See, I like.
And the weapons he chooses, the machete, the axe, you name it, man. It's
I like that
pretty
they
disgusting.
that they do that.
Very visceral.
That they changed based off of your environment, changed off of your weapon, positioning, and all that stuff. I like
Right.
that they do that because it makes it a little bit more unique. But it gets to the point where it's kind of like you only have 10 to 15 different ways of dying, and then they start repeating. So if they're gonna truly do something like that, I think they just gotta constantly keep patching it and give you like a random one, make like 100 different types of deaths, so that you never see the same one. At least not,
Yeah.
every other game. You see it
Right.
like every other week or every other kind of gaming session.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd be cool.
Number 3, Doom, the newly released Doom.
Yeah.
That's a pretty gross game itself. It's so gory, Rick. Have you played through it?
Not completely. I think I made it to like
every
stage 4 or
single
5.
kill is just blood and guts and explosions. Don't get me wrong, I love that stuff.
Give me more.
But
Well, it's like the original Doom, but now just in 1080 or
well,
better resolution.
Like at first, it's just kind of like, okay, yeah, all right, more gross deaths or whatever.
Throw blood at you.
But this game has so many hundreds and hundreds and waves of enemies that after a while you're just kind of playing it like, oh man, am I gonna puke? Like, dude, I don't know if it's the motion sickness
You got a weak stomach.
or if it's just like all the blood and guts and pus and fiery dudes just smoke with their skin smoking, they're on fire, they're burning.
See,
It's just, I don't know, man.
they've got
Maybe I'm getting
augmented
too old.
reality. They've got virtual reality. They need like, what would you call it? Like gore reality.
Reality.
Where they have like a device. You'll have to constantly refill it with fake blood, but every time you blast like a demon or something, it like sprays like blood or fake blood at you, so it gets you more immersed in the game.
Totally.
But yeah, I could totally see how that would fail so hard.
Number 2.
Number 2.
By the way, Francisco says, Rick just tastes games.
I do.
He never finishes them.
I do. No,
I'm guilty of that too.
No, I'm gonna say, because I mentioned it earlier, I'm a completionist. Like, I'll be like, this game looks awesome, I gotta play it, so I'll play it. But then I'll be like, I gotta
This
finish
other
this
game looks awesome. Gotta play that.
No, I gotta finish this one.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
It's like a cycle that
It's a
just keeps happening back and forth,
ending cycle.
back and forth, back and forth. And unfortunately, I still have not passed Final Fantasy 9
9.
because of that. I remember I
Okay.
got to the very end, and then I stopped, and then I was like, oh, let me do this, let me do that.
Oh man.
And then other games got in the way, and
Number 2 on the list, Mortal Kombat. Pick any fatality. They're all gross.
Scorpion.
I remember
Oh,
I remember playing
rhetorical.
I remember when Mortal Kombat 2 came out. That was the first game I played like hours and hours. Like for the first one, I played it, but I played it casually. Part 2, I got more hardcore into it. I got into like I need to do every single character's move, every single character's fatality.
Yep.
I got to figure out everything there is to know about this game. And the thing is, as a 12-year-old boy playing this game, and consider that this is back in like 93, 94, the year 93, 94, my stomach wasn't quite ready for all that blood and guts back then.
Wow.
Yeah, even though by nowadays standards, we look back at that and we think like, oh, it was kind of cartoony and pixelated. But by then standards, it was realistic looking. There were actual
Kids nowadays are just so
there were actual
desensitized.
sprites of real people that are really getting killed.
Like buckets of blood.
But yeah, man, I remember it was just, that's part of what I liked later on. I learned about the babalities. Remember, it's like, at least it's not as violent. It's just getting more silly.
That got pretty dumb.
It was dumb, right from the first one. But at least it was kind of like, oh, this is different.
And then the animalities too.
They got the animalities, the babalities.
They should have just stuck
all
with
that.
fatalities. That's it.
Number 1, the stick of truth is gross. Like there's a lot of really gross stuff in the stick of truth.
It's not
And
gory. It's more of
it's-
just uncomfortable.
It's
kind of
very uncomfortable, dude. Like I've been playing.
awkward.
I played through some
Awkward.
scenes in it, and it's just kind of like, oh, bro, I don't want to see that, bro. But then like the game forces you to like push a button so that more of that happens. I'm thinking about the probing scene.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah, see his face.
Yeah.
Is that?
I remember when I was
little
playing through that
emoji
part, I was
face.
like, "What the heck?"
You're like, I don't want
What?
to. I don't want to press that button anymore. But you have to. You have to. If you want to continue to progress in the game, you have to do that.
You have to probe.
But yeah, man, it's a gross game. I was thinking also, I think there was a Ren and Stimpy game. I think there was some gross stuff in Earthworm Jim. The Beavis and Butthead
The main
game
things
had some
that I
gross
can
stuff
think
in
of
it.
Those titles
But,
back in the day was like kind of like what you see now in SpongeBob, where they have like this awkward angle and they show this like nasty 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah,
Or
yeah, it
the-
was
the
gross
enlarged
in that sense.
butt cheeks in
Right.
the camera kind of thing, where you don't really need it, but it's just kind of
It
like
was like
what the
gross
heck?
art.
Yeah.
You know, and those were gross, but those were also games. Well, I played Earthworm Jim, and Beavis and Butthead, but I never played the Ren and Stimpy game.
I remember that game.
But yeah, those those are pretty good honorable mentions. I think that's what came to mind. Let me know if you have any more that you would add to this list. Put them down in the comments below. I'd really like to know what you have to say. This has been Leo's Furious 5.
Nice 5.
It's digital game time!
And that's our new. What do you think of the new intro here?
I like it.
Cool.
It goes along with the theme of the whole 80s things that we've been talking about, and just growing up seeing this kind of not only sound but color and patterns. Do you remember
The blurriness. and
remember
all
the
that.
Trapper Keeper binders?
Oh, I
Do you
love
remember-
those.
do
I
you
still have
remember
one
how
at home
everything-
somewhere.
You remember how everything had to be that chrome
Uh-huh.
triangle or circle?
Yeah,
Those
yep.
those designs, those abstract kind of
Neon
art.
colors, triangles, and squiggly lines.
And like that was like that was like the print. Like now, there's a lot of like cheetah patterning and leopard and tiger print that
Right.
that you see on different arts or tattoos and different styles of expression. Back in the day, that Trapper Keeper binder with the orange and blue and the green colors, those neon colors, those isometric shapes that for no reason were in the sky and stars were above them, but you were like, this is
Awesome.
this is art right here.
Yep.
It kind of reminds me of that background.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Any last words for our fans?
No,
All 2 of them.
all 2 of them. No.
All
Thank
right.
you for tuning in.
Well, thank you very much for tuning into today's show. Remember to
Today
like,
you
comment,
should.
and subscribe. We're daddysgametime.com. I mean,
Digital.
I'm sorry. I'm
Digital.
sorry, Rick. I'm sorry, Francisco, for you watching at home. I'm pretty sure you're rolling in your grave right now.
Well, we did not kill him.
Okay. Again. Take 2.
We didn't kill him.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Digital Game Time.
Digital.
Digital Game Time. Where you can find us at digitalgametime.com. Also, youtube.com/digitalgametime. Facebook.com/digitalgametime. We're also on other forms of social media.
Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. What else do we got?
Melinda Stewart is laughing at me. Ha ha ha.
Again.
Ha ha ha. Again with the daddy.
Where's that face?
All right. Until next time, enjoy your games. Love your families. I'm Leo. He's Rick. And Francisco will be back next week if he makes it.
It's digital game time.
It's Daddy's game time.